Hello everyone, welcome to day first of September Lead Code Challenge, and today is the beginning of a new month. Let's look at today's question. Array nesting. In this question, we are given an array of size n where each element of the array is within the range starting from 0th index up till n minus 1 for a given length n. Also, we need to extract and build groups out of this input array, and these groups are subject to few properties that are specified in the question. The most important property is that if you're standing at nums of k index, the next element from that element would be nums of k. Whatever value is held previously at that index, the next value in q would be equal to nums of k. Just remember this property, and I'll be explaining the question with the solution using an example, and everything would be crystal clear there. The question description is a bit absurd, but don't worry, you will understand it. We just remember that we need to return the length of longest such group that can be formed. Without much ado, let's look at a presentation. Array nesting lead code 565. The question appears to be a hard question by the description. However, it's medium level question on lead code, and once you know how we are going to solve it, you will also agree that it's also a medium level question. So let's try and understand by the same example that was specified in the question. Just remember this property. If you are currently at any particular node at nums of I, the next in the queue would be equal to nums of I. And let's start the process. Let's assume we are at the beginning index, 0th index, and what value is held at this particular index? The value held is at this particular index is 5. So what you're going to do, you will move to the fifth index. What is the fifth index? This one is the fifth index, and what it is, its length, its value. The value is 6. Also, before moving on to the next index, you have marked this as visited. So this is done. Let's continue the process. At this particular index, what is the value held? The value held is 6, and you will hop to the 6th index. So from here you will hop to the next index. Also, you'll mark this as visited. Let's again proceed with the same process. What is the value held at this particular index? The value held is 2. So what you're going to do, you'll hop to the second index. So hopping to the second index and marking the 6th one as visited. Let's continue the process. Next value is 0. So we'll mark this as visited, and let's hop to the 0th index. And here you will see that you are forming a chain. There is a cycle that has been formed because the next node in the queue was already visited. What does that mean? That means we need to break this loop now, and we need to search for more groups in the input array if they exist. What is the length of this particular group? The length of this particular group is equal to the number of elements witnessed in the complete cycle 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we will store the answer as 4. Doesn't this remind of a basic DFS approach that we usually do? Yes, it does. And let me just change the color of the pen for the second iteration. Next we have is 1, and at 1, what is the element held? 4 values held. So what you're going to do, you'll move to 4 and mark this as visited. So this is done. And at 4, what is the value held? The value held is 1. So first thing that you're going to do is to mark this as visited, and you'll move back to 1, and again you will observe that 1 is already visited. That means the cycle is formed and the loop is aborted. The number of elements in this particular loop are 2, so this is lower than 4, so we'll ignore this value. Let's continue the process. Next we have is 2. 2 node is already visited in some cycle, so we'll not start the DFS from this node. Let's move ahead. Next we have is 3. At 3 we have 3 value itself, so 3 points to itself in a way, and you'll mark it as visited. Again you'll go with the DFS operation, and you'll see that it's already visited, so you abort the process. The length of this cycle is 1. It's lower than 4, you'll ignore it. Let's continue the process. Next we have is 4. 4 is already visited. Next we have is 5. 5 is also visited. 6 is also visited. So how many cycles or groups were there in this complete array? There were 3 groups. And what is the length of the largest group? The length of the largest group is 4, and you need to return 4 as the answer. Pretty straightforward. If you go by this approach, there is one shortcoming. The only shortcoming is you are consuming extra memory uh, for keeping track of what nodes have been visited in the past. The time complexity for this approach is order of n because you are visiting all the nodes only once, and the space complexity is also equal to order of n because you are keeping track of visited nodes by virtue of the Boolean array that we have created. Can we improvise this? Yes, we can improvise this. How can we do that? Let's look at the other iteration. I'll exactly do the same thing as I was doing in the previous one. So let's start the process. Here, what is the value held? The value held is 5. So what am I gonna do? I'll move to the 5th index. Let's move to the 5th index. And for marking the node as visited, I'll update its value to -1 or minus infinity. Let's do it minus infinity. And let's continue the process. At 5 we have 6, so we'll move to 6 and we'll update this to minus infinity. Next we have at 6 is 2, so we'll update this to minus infinity and we'll move to the 2nd index. At 2 we have 0, so we'll mark it as minus infinity and we'll move to the 0th index. Exactly the same thing. Here we are updating the same input array so as to keep track of the nodes that have been visited. And since this node was already visited, because the value held is negative in nature, we will abort the cycle because a ring has been formed. And you can keep a variable to keep track of how many intermediate nodes were there. So the length of this particular cycle is 4. Let's continue the process. Next we have is 4. Let me just change the color of pen for better visibility. Next we have at 1 is 4, so we'll update this to minus infinity and we will move to the 4th index. At 4 we have 1, so we will update this to minus infinity and we'll move back to the 1st index. Again, that is the termination of this particular cycle because this node has already been visited, indicated by negative index. The length of the cycle is 2, we'll ignore it. Next we have is 2 is already visited, we'll ignore. Next we have is 3, since 3 points to itself, we'll mark it as visited and abort this loop. The length of the cycle is 1, completely ignored. Next we have is 4, it's already visited. Next we have is 5, it's already visited. Next we have is 6, it's already visited. The maximum length of the cycle is 4 and this is the answer. The time complexity of this approach is order of n and the space complexity of this approach is constant space because you are using the same input array to keep track of visited nodes. Without much ado, let's look at the coding section and I hope you got the complete algorithm. Here I have defined a variable max and I will initialize it to the minimum possible value of integer data type. I started the iteration starting from I equals to 0 till I less than nums.length I plus plus. In case my value at nums of ith index turns out to be less than 0, that means it has been visited in the past and is part of some cycle. So I simply continue this process. I want to ignore those values. Otherwise, I calculate the maximum possible length of current cycle that involves the ith index. And let's look at this particular helper method. It is performing DFS operation and I have defined it as private, return type is integer, calculate length of the current cycle. It accepts 2 parameters, nums and the starting index. I've written the corner cases if my start happens to be less than 0 or start happens to be equal to the length, the boundary conditions, or it has been visited in the past, I simply return 0. Otherwise, I extract what will be the next value or the next element in the cycle. It would be equal to nums at the start index. I mark it as visited and I invoke 1 plus the same DFS method and pass in the next value which will act as the starting point for the next iteration and the nums array. Pretty straightforward. Let's try this up. Accepted. The time complexity is order of n because you are visiting each node only once, and the space complexity is again order of 1. I'm not using any extra space. I've updated the nums array to keep track of visited nodes. This brings me to the end of today's session. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for viewing it. Have a great day ahead and stay tuned for more updates from Coding Decoded. I'll see you tomorrow with another fresh question for September LeetCode Challenge.